Hello, Rimantas Petrauskas here, creator of the Signal Magician software. So in this video, I want to present you the new Signal Magician version 1.9.6, and we will just, take a look at what have changed, what new features I've added, and so on. So let's begin right away. Signal Magician now works using the so-called PHP MySQL I module, and I know that, many of you struggle with this. Error keep popping up in your web servers that Signal Magician control panel is not compatible with your PHP version. So I've been working a lot to just, basically reprogrammed most parts of the code, of the control panel just to make it compatible with this new module. And for now, you should not see any errors coming up about that. Another thing I've upgraded is that I have removed, re-optimized the code as well, so that Signal Magician made at least, 2 times less MySQL queries, so this means it connects to database, 2 times less or even more, I think it could be even 3 times less, but, so what does it give? So it gives us, ability to consume less web server resources, so you should be able to see that your server uses a bit less resources, or which basically allows you to maybe have some extra customers. Then I have also added maintenance mode, so let me just switch to my Signal Magician control panel. So maintenance mode is available right here in the admin settings, and I have currently disabled, but if I enable maintenance mode, all the client.server EAs will basically stop sending and receiving trades. They won't manage any trades. It will just run and do nothing. Just will wait until the Signal Magician will get back from the maintenance mode to the regular operational mode, so it can continue all the trade copying operations. Now, this is useful when you want to update something, when you upgrade to the new version. So when there will be new versions released later on this year, you will be able to update them easier, because you can just enable maintenance mode, do the update, and then disable maintenance mode when you make sure that all the control panel components are working. And EAs will not get interrupted about that unless you need to change the, there will be some dramatic changes that requires, EA update as well. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation, what we have next. So, we can also repair MySQL tables from control panel. So let me show you this. It's in the maintenance tab as well. So you can repair database tables directly, from the control panel yourself. You just need to click this button, and it's something that most users don't need. It's not something that you need to use often. It's something that happens like once a year or so, and many people don't even see the problem. But if you see that your server EA suddenly stops working, or a client EA suddenly stops working when, say, all the things were just perfect like an hour ago or maybe yesterday or so, if it just stops working and you see the error counter is growing, or you even see messages that EA cannot connect to data center, one thing to try to repair the database table, as it might help to solve the problem. It's not something that 100% guarantee that the problem will be fixed, but it's really happens in very, very rare cases. But I still added that, so you won't need to waste your time trying to contact me to get the help about that, So it's just a way for you to do this, faster. Now, you can also flush all memcache values right over here. It's required to do so before you run client or server EA after the upgrade. It's a must do, to just clear all the values in the memory. Previously, this was added right over here, but I have just moved that button to the maintenance tab for easy access. Okay, so also we have the ability to upload logo and the site icon. So let me show that. There is this new menu option, theme settings, and this is where you can remove the currently existing logo that you might have, or you can just select the files from your computer and then click upload to upload the new logo. And here's the same for the website icon. So previously this was possible only through the FTP, which is not very convenient for most users. So I've removed that, sorry, not removed, I've added this option to the website now. So let's get to the presentation. Okay, so next thing is that the EA passwords are short now. So let's go to the users list. And previously the passwords were that long, just computer generated random numbers and letters. And now it's the same, but it's more user friendly actually. So all the letters are in uppercase, and we also have numbers, and it's short. It's 8 characters long only. So another thing worth mentioning is that I have removed letter I, because you can easily confuse that with letter L, lowercase. So passwords should not confuse anyone at the moment, and should be much easier even to type them manually, Okay, so the next thing is that log files are created by plugins are stored now in the uploads and logs folder. So here's my Signal Magician example files, and I go inside uploads, and there will be logs folder created when the plugins need that. And inside I see one log file already stored, just for demonstration purposes, but you can see more log files from ClickBank plugin, or maybe PayPal plugin, email alerts plugin, or whatever plugins you're using. So this will be easier to access for you, and will be easier to manage by the software itself. And also it's important to know that uploads folder should have permissions, writable permissions set, so that your plugins can do that. So it's explained in the installation instruction, and I'm sure that most of you already know that. Okay, so let's move with the presentation. So the next thing is that you can use tags in email subject line. So let me switch to the Signal Magician, and I go to email templates, and here are the new tags, the follower tag and the signal provider tag. So now you can just, have the text for signal providers that are kind of surrounded by these tags, or here's the text surrounded by follower tag, which means it will be visible only for the followers, when you register or they sign up on your website. Another thing worth mentioning is that download link variable now is automatically used by, so if it's follower, the download link number 1 will be used. If it's signal provider, download link number 2 will be used. So it kind of automatically detects if it's signal provider, it will give signal provider download link. If it's follower, it will give follower download link. And download links, as you already might know, can be set in the general settings on the admin settings page. Here's my download link for client EA and server EA. So okay, so next is that you can have different welcome messages for follower and signal providers. I've explained that already. And also I forgot to mention the email message subject. Here's the tag, that kind of variable that I've added, so I can add these variables here as well. And it makes, gives you more abilities to kind of tailor the message to your audience. Okay, the next thing is that you can set a different email address for important Signal Magician alerts, kind of errors. And let's go to the admin settings, and here we go. Is this field right here? Send error alerts to this email. So at the moment, only important error messages from plugins are delivered to this address, but in the future I will be adding more and more, errors, so that you can get, you can be informed about something important that's happening on the platform, and, it doesn't work, or something important happened with the server, or it's not functioning, and so on, Okay, the next thing is that Signal Magician plugin for ClickBank was updated so that it worked perfectly with the latest instant notification system, version 6. The next thing is that monthly profit and loss summary displays for signal providers that client is actually following. Now, let me give you an example of that. I switched to the welcome page of a client, and we can see that we have two monthly summaries kind of the track records, for two signal providers. So this client particularly is set to follow these two signal providers, and automatically Signal Magician gives, kind of trading summary, trading results for both of those signal providers. Also, it's worth mentioning that monthly, summary includes only Forex trades from now on. So if there will be any CFDs or indexes, or maybe even commodities, that you trade, those will not reflect in the monthly summary because of the different format. It just messes up your results, and 100 pips on euro dollar is not equal to 100 pips on like, S&P 500, for example, and so on. So I just removed that. In the future, I maybe create another plugin for that or something like that, But for now, just to fix the problem of those, incorrect calculations of these numbers, I just removed non-Forex trades from that summary. Also, I want to say that non-Forex trade profit and loss is displayed in points from now on. Previously, Signal Magician was trying to kind of detect the correct digits and or kind of decimal places for those non-Forex trades, but what I realized, it's kind of close to impossible to do that. Every broker kind of use different format, and you never know. There is no one kind of unite format for that, and it gets a complete mess. So I just decided to display them in points, and all the Forex pairs are still displayed in pips, and system automatically detects correct digits and so on. Okay, so next thing is that I fixed some bugs, and the problem was fixed with the custom symbol maps. So let me show you what I mean. If I go to client profile, global EA settings, there is this option to set a custom symbol mapping. So previously, if you set something that, master account trades this pair, but it appears as gold on the client account, and also all the positions are like 10 times smaller than on the master account. You can even scale the lot size by 10 for this particular pair. So this way you can easily kind of have these mappings for clients created. And here's where you can turn it on or off. But there was a problem that sometimes it didn't work well, and it didn't activate it. So the problem is now fixed, and you won't, you shouldn't have issues with that anymore. Okay, another bug that I fixed is the problem when you try to resend emails in the email history page. So if we go to the email history, previously there was a problem that, if for some reason email was not sent to the client, and you try to send it again from this page using this link, sometimes it gets sent, sometimes it won't, so I have fixed that, and now it just works with no problems. You can resend those once again when you need, for as many times as you need, actually. Okay, the next thing is that EA settings button is now available in admin mode when hidden for followers. Now, previously, the problem was that if we go to the client profile again and open the signal providers page, this button right over here that opens EA settings, it was not available for admins if you disable it for clients. Now there's this option in the admin settings that user can change EA settings remotely, and you can choose yes or no. And if you choose no in the previous Signal Magician version, this also hides the button for the admin, so no one can change any settings. So this is obviously not convenient for administrators, so I have fixed this problem. And now if we hide this for the user, administrator will still be able to access that button. Okay, so the next thing is that I fixed a bug in some remote control of client EA settings. So there were a few parameters that you couldn't control. They didn't work well, so I fixed that. Okay, so next let's take a look at the client EA changes and the new features that I've added. Now the first change is that as of now, EA notifies customer about multiple CPU cores, which leads to slow MetaTrader problem. Let me show what I mean. So when you run client EA on a computer that has multiple processor cores, multiple processors basically, EA will give this warning. It will say that your machine has 8 CPU cores. In my case, my computer has 8 CPU cores. And if it is VPS, then MetaTrader and client EA might work slowly with delays. Get VPS with only one CPU or set all terminal exe to use CPU 0. Now, sorry for confusing maybe some of your clients, but I just thought it's very important to know that, because I've experienced a lot of trouble with many clients because of this problem. If you have a MetaTrader running on a computer with multiple CPU cores, it might work slowly. If you have just one MetaTrader, it shouldn't be a problem. But if there are more MetaTrader running on the same computer, basically VPS, this doesn't give any problem on your personal computers or dedicated servers. But if it's a VPS, especially those cheap priced VPS, you will get problem, and your MetaTraders will work slow, and for that reason client EA will have delays, copying trades, and so on. So it's very important, so if a clients will get confused about the message and they don't understand what it is, I'm sure they will contact you about that, and you just easily advise them what to do, but they can just ignore that if they use client EA on their own computer. This doesn't give any problems on personal computers, even if it has multiple processor cores. Now this message is not displayed always. It will disappear like in a couple of minutes or so, but I just thought it's quite important to notify customers about that. And the same message will be visible on server EA as well. Okay, the next thing is that from now on you will have 2 client EA versions available: simplified version and advanced version. Now let me show you a bit about simplified version. It looks like that. You just enter password and you can set the chart name, in case you have multiple charts. So chart name will be displayed here in blue text, so it's easier to identify which EA following, what strategy or whatever. So only those 2 parameters are available, and it will work in most cases. Like I think 95% of customers will be able just to use simplified version. But for those who will need advanced version, can just give them access to that. It's up to you how you can give. You can give always access to both EAs, or you can give access to simplified version. And in case customer has some trouble, using the EA for some reason, you can just give advanced version. And obviously advanced version has all the all the parameters, you know, that I know there are a lot of them, but it what makes, you know, the CA very customizable. And that's why I call it advanced version, actually. Okay, so the next thing is that I have improved the EA to work on brokers with FO, first in, first out restrictions, basically. So special stop treatment parameter was now renamed to FIFO restrictions, and let me show you that. And here we go. So if you run client EA on an account that has FIFO restrictions like FXCM and, you know, other US brokers, and you will have to set this to true. But don't worry if you don't set that to true. EA will be able to detect automatically, you know, so if there will be any error happening when client EA will try to open or modify a trade and there will be an error because of the FIFO restrictions, EA will automatically detect this and just switch to the FIFO restrictions mode automatically. So even if you don't set this, after the first error, EA detects from the broker, you know, and before it retries again to you know, repeat the same trade operation, it will just switch it to FIFO restriction. So you can just always leave this at false, and, you know, it won't give you any trouble at all. But if you want, just, you know, you already know that it's FIFO restricted on your account, and you can just enable that. Okay, so the next thing is that you can now protect funds by allocating just a portion of a client account for trade copying. Now, two parameters have been added for that: account size client and account size client mode. I won't go into much details, you know. You can see the updated instruction manual to read more, you know, about these options. But basically, you know, if you have like $10,000 account, you can just enter, for example, 1,000, and then you select replace current account size, and, you know, in this case, EA will use only $1,000 for lot size calculation, for position size calculation, you know. It doesn't mean that it won't be able to use more than $1,000 in the account in case your, you know, drawdown gets bigger and bigger. There's no such option, actually, you know, but in terms of position size, you know, you can use it on any account size, you know, but you can enter bigger or smaller amounts just to kind of trick the EA thinking that it's working on $1,000 account or whatever number you want to use, you know. Okay, the next thing is that you can now delay trades when account equity is below X amount of percentage or money, you know. Let me show you that. Here are those two features. So example, if I enter something like 700 and I see my current account size is 709 euros. So if the equity drops below 700, EA will not take any new trades, and it will delay the trades until equity gets back to 700 or above, or the trade gets, you know, closed or canceled on the master side. So this kind of allows you to protect your account even more if you don't want to get any new trades, if your account size is too small for you, and so on. So those are explained in detail in the instructional manual as well. Now let's get to the next page. So here we go. Explanation on EA dashboard icons on mouse hover. Now let me explain that. Actually demonstrate. So now when you move your mouse over these dashboard icons, it will tell you what it indicates, basically. It will, you know, it makes it easier to read and understand it. Now particularly this one, for example, red color indicates if there are any trades currently being delayed. See Experts tab for more information. So when this turns green, you know, red, it just indicates there are trades being delayed and so on. So each of those kind of explaining what it's about, you know, what does it mean. currently you can have your logo and icon displayed in the EA description, and also there will be a link added to your website in the EA description as well. So let me show you what I mean. Here we go. Here is the link to the website. In this case it's my website, but your client EAs will have a link to your website, and there will be your company logo or your site icon, but usually I place your company logo in there. Okay, so else I will update the instruction manual as I mentioned before. So let's get to the server EA now. Now I will also give two server EA versions available. One will be simplified, the other one will be advanced as well. Let's take a look at them. So here's the simplified server EA. You just enter username and password, and you can change the chart name or you can leave it as default. So in case you have signal providers kind of working for you and you don't want to give them full access to all the parameters, you can give them simplified version. And if you need so, you can give them advanced version, which obviously has all the parameters that it has. Now I've also added ability to kind of set custom trade comments from the server side, and also you have ability to remove trade comments before sending them to the clients. Now let's see what those options are. Here we go. So by default, server EA will replace trade comment with an kind of empty text. We have empty right here, trade comment, nothing set, and EA is set to replace trade comment, so it just removed. If you add any trade comment on the master side, it won't be visible on the client side. But you can obviously set this any way you like. You can set your custom trade comment, and it's up to you how you want to do this. So see instruction manual for more info. Actually, there are many codes that you can use for this and so on. And instruction manual was updated obviously as well. Now, how to get the new Signal Magician? To make it easier to access Signal Magician, I will be adding it to the download center, but because I have so many clients and this process will be done manually, it will take some time. So please be patient, and I will be, you should receive an email with information how to access the at the download center area until April 22nd. So it doesn't mean that all of you will receive that on April 22nd. I will just be adding those links manually to the download center one at a time. So I don't know, maybe in a day I can do like 10 maybe upgrades or so, and it's not that I can just upload them all at once. So this process will take some time. So maybe I can do this in a week, maybe in a 2. I'm not sure, but just not to give you false promises. I'm promising you that until April 22nd, you should receive an email about the new download, for a Signal Magician. And in case you are using my other products, you must be already have access to the download center. So you should see Signal Magician download appears on the list of your purchased app. So obviously it will happen as well, until April 22nd at some day. But you will also receive an email, like a notification about that. So don't worry, just make sure you add my email to your contacts, so that you can receive emails from me, and they are not trapped in the spam folder. But, in case you will, in case you are watching this video after 22nd of April of 2016 and you did not get the access to the new Signal Magician, so please contact me, support@ea-coder.com, and I will personally help you. I will check what's wrong. Maybe your download link got in your spam folder, or maybe I just I don't know. I have really a lot of clients, so it might get easy to to maybe miss something. And how to upgrade to a new Signal Magician. So obviously there are two options. So the first option is that you can upgrade Signal Magician yourself, following the explanation video that will be provided to you as well. Or you can hire me to upgrade your Signal Magician for you. And, best to do so during the weekend when the markets are closed. And I currently charge 200 euros plus VAT tax for European customers, and the installation will be done for you. So I will update control panel on your web server and update your database and make sure that all the components of Signal Magician is working. And the next step for you will be to upgrade the EAs on your side, on your computers, and send notification to your clients about the new version and so on, so they can upgrade it as well. Okay guys, so I hope this video was not too long. I really covered a lot in this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the new Signal Magician, and please be patient, stay tuned for your download link, and I will get back to you soon. See you.